Hey mamas, this is Irene Bangwell. I'm doing our State of the Union address for the 10 over 10 Girls Squad. Where do I start from? I think I want to start by thanking you for helping me do the 10 over 10 Girls Squad. For the longest of time, I did not think I would be able to juggle properly to be able to do this. But because you had faith in me and you came out, you brought your girls, you helped me work out the structure in order for us to have started in September 2023. At this point of making this video, I like you to understand that you're set for the most amazing ride you've ever had. I know this is not a business speech, but it's what God has helped us to achieve just in sitting down and thinking through this project in the last couple of weeks. As you're watching this video, we have a much bigger team ready to serve you in the new year. So many things have taken shape, and I'm grateful to you for your patience and most importantly for the feedback that you gave to us at the beginning of the month of December. Recall I asked earlier in the week earlier this week, whether we could do a Zoom meeting or you would be fine with me sending a recorded video to tell you some of the plans that we are ready to flow with in the month of January going forward. So I had already made a couple of announcements on the group earlier, and so it may be a good place to begin, but I still did like a set of bullet points for people who may have missed those announcements, so that I can walk you through some of the things I said and some other things that are coming up. So I've done some bullet points. I'm going to take them one after the other. All right. So first and foremost, one of the first things that became abundantly clear to us was that parents would have preferred more live sessions. And so guess what? We have more live sessions coming. I had mentioned it during the parents review. I had mentioned that I was working on something, and I'm so excited to say that it has come through. I was able to discuss with all the quarters involved so that we can now have 2 live sessions every month, on the second weekend and on the last weekend. At the point of making the announcement on the group, one of the things that we had mentioned was that these meetings, I want to make sure I'm looking at it, these meetings were going to be Sunday evenings, but we're still being sensitive to our community in the diaspora. And that community is at church around the time, because of the hour difference is coinciding with their time in church. And so it's making us also start by saying, you know what, let this thing be a Saturday evening affair where we are certain that they are not at school. Even our friends in the Middle East are not at school on Saturday. So Saturday is there's a unifying thing that everybody will be available on Saturdays. And yes, we're sticking with the time, 6 to 7, 7 to 8 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m. for girls age 3 to 8 for the live sessions. And then 7 to 8:15, 8:20, like that, for girls age 9 to 14. One of the things we mentioned was that we're stepping down the 15 to 17 class, but we are still creating their lessons. However, we want to now present it to them during holiday. So they're going to be having like a 10-day challenge holiday program where they're going to run through all the things they should have learned January, February, March, this time in a holiday atmosphere, and where they can ask questions daily, have chat, and have their own live sessions as well. So that's number one. Number two, we've been able to make some adjustments with our journal. That adjustment was very much needed. There's a key element in the 10 over 10 Girls Squad that is missing when we don't journal. So what we've done is we've been able to put together the chores journal, the learning part, the prayer journal, the gratitude journal. We've been able to merge it into one resource. And that resource is going to be available in the month of April. Why are we telling you now? Because we want you to start planning towards it, okay? So there's going to be a hard copy, and we can post it to you. You'll be able to pay for it, and we'll be able to post it to you. So we've reviewed the journal, all right? But in addition to the journal, we now have other resources coming from our stable that you're going to be using during the 10 over 10 Girls Squad journey in 2024 and beyond. And that includes the Glorious Crush Journal. We have a resource for girls age 9 to 17 called the Crush Journal. So that's coming in to be a part of the resources that we're going to be using in the squad. There's the Body Smart Girl Doodle Book. That's the first book I wrote that is also age by age. It's going to be a part of the squad pack. Yeah, we're putting together like a squad kit. So when people sign up for 10 over 10 girl squad, they have the option to also pay for the squad kit. So when you pay for the squad kit, you get the journal, you get the 10 over 10 girl squad journal, you get the crush journal as well, you get the Body Smart Doodle book, you get t-shirt. We have a new logo for the 10 over 10 girl squad. I'm sure you started saying it already. All right, so we have it. So we want to make branded t-shirts as well, and then we have 2 new books coming out sometime in April as well. One of it is called the Affirmation Tracing Book, and the other one is the Affirmation Coloring Book. So we have these purity affirmations that we have, and we are converting them into coloring books for some of our girls and tracing book for some of our girls. So while the 3 to 8-year-olds may not be able to use the cross journal, they can use the tracing, the purity affirmations tracing books and coloring books. They're going to be coming your way. And so as you could imagine, would give you time. You can pre-order, you can pay in installments, and we'll put it together. But we'll be ready to release it to you in the month of April. Why are we not doing it as soon as possible? Because we don't want people pressured. Many people have just finished paying for annual subscriptions, so we want you to breathe a little and then start planning towards it. And just around Easter, when the girls are on holiday, the journals will be in your homes. Number 5, in the month of December, we give the kids a planning stuff where they're supposed to read 52 to 100 books this year. Mamas, they cannot become bigger than what they know. And reading does a lot of things. Stretches their mind, builds empathy, builds a sense of responsibility, helps them understand other people's point of view. But I know that 52 books is a lot. So we did something. We did some magic. We went doing some research. And guess what? We found this amazing app that we want to recommend to our community. It's called Kunda Kids. All right? What's the Kunda Kids app all about? It's an app where African girls and boys can learn about African history. They can read books on leadership and character and life skills, on different things that align with what we're teaching in the squad. So what does it take to have it? First, you need to download the app. They have a subscription plan of 3,900 a month. I don't recommend it. But they have a 1-year plan of 15,000 naira. The good thing about this app is that when you download it, even if you have 4 children, that one plan covers all of them. However, it is for girls age 3 to 11. So the girls on the squad that are age 3 to 11, we're recommending that you use Kunda Kids to access ebooks that they can read and read and read and read. In addition to Kunda Kids, we're going to be making available some storybooks from our end, but that would also come sometime around July. So it's at the other half of the year. We're going to have some simple storybooks, but they're also going to be read online. The reason is that we want to keep the cost minimal. And so in reading online, you don't have to spend a lot of money, because I mean, if you want to do the math of 552 books a year, think about an average cost of maybe 3,000 naira. So do the math. That's quite a lot. So we're looking for a way where you can achieve this without spending so much. So we're beginning to think about integrating Kunda Kids into the 10 over 10 Girl Squad program. I'm actually in talks with them. I started talking to them about a discount for us as a bulk, as a community. And I'm very hopeful that something good will come out. They have where they're stalling, but I hope we can reach an agreement, because I know they're a business and we're not supposed to tear their businesses apart. So I'm going to see what we can do to get some form of a deal. But 15,000 naira a year is affordable, because it works for collection of children. So even if you have 3 children, you can. That plan works for them. But they have to be they have to be age up to 11. Girls older 11 cannot use the Kunda Kids app. And so for those girls, we're going to give you genres, that's themes, the kinds of books to go look for. We're going to look for people who sell neatly used books, but also books that we can recommend. I would want to recommend books to you. So I'm working to see a few literatures, read some books. Work with a few of my friends, like a circle of friends, who can recommend titles that they've read that have been really impactful, and then I'd recommend it to you. Also, if you find a good book, I want us to do this as a community. If you find a good book, recommend it to the community. In the future, we'll be able to have like a price list where you can reach us and say, all right, I'm ready for my first book of first 5 books at 10. We're willing to help you buy the books and send it to you. If you live in Nigeria, all right, we can do that. But I'm more for recommending titles. I'm passionate about recommending titles where you can find those titles. Number 6 on my list, what are we bringing into the club? The club is going to be crazy this year. It's going to be crazy because there's a reason it's called 10 over 10. It means the girl is equipped for different seasons, and so we're getting ready. So I'm partnering with an organization called Sobek. It's actually my best friend's organization, and she's going to be teaching the girls how to cook virtually. Yes. So every month we're going to have a video, and the girls are going to do an experiment. They'll do amazing things from local to continental meals and snacks and dishes. We're bringing that in. It's just a video away. Yes. So we're working on that, and it's going to start happening in January. So even if you see a video on how to boil spaghetti for 3 to 8-year-olds, it's okay. It's gradual, all right? So it's basic things. We're going to go from basic to major things, all right? Number 7 on my list, I really wanted to talk about this. We had this challenge last year where so many parents were like, oh, Irene, I went out. Sorry, it's my phone, it's on my phone, it's on my phone, it's on my phone. Miss Irene came to say we have to do differently this year. And in this year, I want to recommend that you buy a small, cheap phone, an itel smartphone for your daughters. You can work towards it, all right? You can work towards it for maybe second quarter or something. Or that old phone that you had that didn't really break down, but you just stopped using. Do you want to dig up that phone, do a factory reset, and then walk you through online safety tools to install and give that device to your children every Saturday? So when it's Saturday, they can access the mail that the lessons are sent to. They can access the resources. They can join without interruption. Now, when it comes to WhatsApp, there is now a way whereby you can use 4 devices with 1 number. So what that means is that your line can actually be in that phone. But I know you're an adult, so you may want to have your own privacy. So you can get another SIM or register a line that you have that is not in a smartphone for them to use. What am I saying? What we have planned for the girls, honestly, it won't be good if you're now not available for them to see the videos. And so we want to appeal to you to consider doing that. So number 7 or number 8 right now, because we love you and we value you, one of the things that is coming into the squad in 2024 is that we're going to be having quarterly parenting meetings. That means you're going to be getting complimentary parenting sessions that are, have to do with things that are most relevant to you, all right? Most relevant to girl parenting, all right? So every quarter, we're going to have a 1-day multi-speaker event where different speakers come talk to you about different things, just so that we can contribute to your general atmosphere of parenting environment at home. Number 9, we have something else that we want to start doing, but this one is systemic. I've already talked about it earlier. We now have a situation where parents can reach out to me to do one-on-one mentoring for their girls. So every month, we'll have an opening for how many girls? We have 8 slots every month. That means 2 girls per age group. And the way the thing works, we're going to allow, if a girl took a turn this month, we want her to allow other girls go for a while so that I can eventually serve as many as possible. Hopefully in the future, we're going to have a lot more coaches so we can take in more girls for this one-on-one mentoring. However, we want it to also be need-based. So we want it to be need-based because we want it to be that when we're getting on the one-on-one, there's a problem, there's something we're trying to solve. So if there's a behavior problem at home, or there's a problem in school, or there's something significant. Everything is significant, by the way, but like if there's a pressing problem and everything, we'll be happy to come in to help. So having said this, I had mentioned earlier that going forward every month, the girls have to write a simple quiz for us, and we'll have a dashboard where we're celebrating the girls that did the best. We're careful for it to not become an intellectual conversation or competition, because there are girls who are so good at having high scores, meanwhile they've not learnt it in terms of application. So we want to do that thoughtfully and carefully. We'll be able to do that as well. All right. We had mentioned to you guys that we want to start recognizing our princesses on their birthdays. So please do well as you make your payment, leave a message, and also tell us their birthdays. So put their serial number and leave their birthdays, all right? And leave their birthdays as well. So you can write COO93 has paid for January to April. This is her birthday. And so that will help us to populate our back end. Before I go, I want to talk about our payment. I want to talk about our fees. That's the last thing I want to talk about in this video. So because of the things that need to go into this work that we're doing, we've had to make some adjustments from fee structures to whether or not we're going to keep on giving any discount. So as I'm talking to you, my team, we're ready to do this work, but we want to appeal to you to please do us a quick favor. Help us to pay on time, and pay across board. Like, don't pay for September and skip October and then come back in November, because as you would see, there's a chain of different things. For instance, there are things we expect girls in January to do, but they were not a part of December, and they may not have gotten the resources for December. So that kind of makes it a bit confusing, So we're appealing to people to just stay through with us this year. And periodic payments are welcome, but we still maintain monthly payments, because there are people that if we need them to be here, for now, that's what they can afford to do. And there's nothing wrong with being there. It's nothing. It's just the journey, okay? Some people have a whole lot of financial obligations, and that's just where they can function at the moment. And God is very mindful of them, and that's how we are going to work. So we're going to continue to have our monthly subscription, quarterly subscription, 6 monthly, and biannual. We, however, want to appeal to those of us that enjoyed some discount, parents with more than one girl. Some parents were paying $3,000 because they had 3 girls in 3 different age groups. All of those things were showing you our hearts towards this work. But it has become really pertinent for us to not offer any discounts again. So beginning 2024, we now have flat rates. It's $3,500 for every girl participating. Same age group, not same age group, because it's just helping us to be able to pull the resources that we need to be able to do this. Our heart is with you. And so that's why we're not telling you any stories around 3,500. It's 3,500. And by the way, it's not really 3,500. It's pay what you want, but not less than 3,500. So there are parents who are on this squad who say, well, I think it should be more than 3,500, and they're giving us more than that, and that makes a big difference. So howbeit, we just want you to be able to help us by staying through the program. Don't drop out. Please stay with us all through the year. We're appealing to you to commit 12 months with us. If you give us your daughters for 12 months, my God, the difference will be remarkable. I just want to thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for coming with us thus far. So having said this, do us one more favor. Is it okay if you could tell 2 colleagues at work about us, so that they too can bring up their girls? We want to build a large community of girls on the program, and we're also counting on you to be able to talk to 1 or 2 people to be able to do this. And to support this, right in the beginning of the year, we're going to send you something, a Get DP thing, something where you can create a picture and say, oh, my daughter is on the 10/10 girl squad and I recommend it. Please, when we send you the link, kindly assist us and repost it on all your social media platforms and get people joining the program with us. I know I said the video was going to be 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I've overshot by extra 8 minutes or 9, but I want to thank you for watching all the way to the end. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful 2024, filled with testimonies and joy and laughter and answers to your heartfelt prayers and growth for every member of your family in every single way. God bless you.